Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. In this life, there will always be people who will tell you what you can't do. They'll look at you, assess your situation, your background, your resources, and they'll try to convince you that your dreams are out of reach. But I'm here to remind you of one crucial truth: the only person who can tell you what you can't do is you. And let me be clear, just because someone tells you that you can't, doesn't mean it's the end of the story. Let me say it again, it's not the end of the story. In fact, it could be just the beginning. Your story is written by the decisions you make, not by the limitations others impose on you. We've all faced adversity. You're not the only one who's been knocked down, who's been told they aren't good enough, or who's been told to take a back seat. But here's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who don't: the will to keep going, the courage to push past every obstacle, every doubt, every fear. See, success isn't about having everything in line from the start. It's about doing the work when no one's watching. It's about believing in yourself when the world has doubts. And you have to be willing to show up every day, no matter how tough it gets. When you face challenges, and you have two choices: let them defeat you or let them build you. Every failure, every setback is an opportunity for growth. It's in those moments, those tough times, when you find out what you're truly made of. Those who quit, those who listen to the "you can't" voices never experience that growth. But you have a choice to rise above. Don't listen to the noise. Don't let the doubters drown out your dreams. Keep your eyes on your goal. And remember, the road to success is not a straight path. It's filled with detours, delays, and roadblocks. But if you keep moving forward, if you keep believing in yourself, if you keep fighting when others would give up, you'll make it. And when it gets tough, when you feel like throwing in the towel, let your purpose be your anchor. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? And let the answer drive you. Let your purpose fuel every step, every decision, every move forward. Because when you're clear on your purpose, the can-ts fade away. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that it's possible. Don't ever let someone tell you that you can't. Don't let anyone define your limits. You define them. You are capable of more than you know. So go out there and prove it, not to them, but to yourself. The world will follow your lead. Believing in yourself is not just a cliche, it is the cornerstone of everything you will ever achieve. Self-belief is the foundation upon which you build your success. Without it, no matter how talented, skilled, or knowledgeable you may be, you will struggle to move forward. The world will often throw obstacles in your way, and at times it may seem like the odds are stacked against you. Yet, in those moments, your belief in yourself is the armor that protects you from the harsh words of doubters and the discouraging moments that will inevitably arise. When you have self-belief, you create your own path, and you take control of your future, regardless of what others may say or think. The first step in cultivating self-belief is understanding your own worth. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they don't fully recognize their potential. It's easy to compare yourself to others and feel like you're not as capable, talented, or deserving. But the truth is that every individual has a unique set of strengths, experiences, and perspectives that no one else possesses. The key is to acknowledge and appreciate these qualities. When you focus on your strengths, you start to realize that you have something valuable to offer. Your personal journey, with all its ups and downs, has shaped you into someone with a particular set of skills that are irreplaceable. By understanding this, you begin to build the foundation for a strong sense of self-belief. Once you recognize your value, the next crucial step is to embrace a mindset of growth. People often mistakenly think that self-belief means thinking you're perfect or that you have to be flawless to succeed. But that's not true. Self-belief is about acknowledging that you are capable of growing, learning, and improving. It's about trusting that, even when things don't go as planned, you have the ability to adapt and find a way to succeed. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't see failure as a permanent setback, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of fearing mistakes, you embrace them as stepping stones on your journey to success. This mindset shift is critical because it empowers you to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone, knowing that regardless of the outcome, you will be better for it in the end. Another important aspect of self-belief is the ability to silence the negative voices, both internal and external, that try to undermine your confidence. Throughout life, you will encounter people who doubt you, criticize you, or attempt to impose their limitations on you. These people might be well-meaning, but their doubts can plant seeds of uncertainty in your mind. It's important to recognize that their views are not reflections of your abilities, they are merely their perceptions. The most powerful way to block out negativity is by focusing on your own vision. When you have a clear understanding of who you are and where you're headed, the opinions of others become less relevant. In fact, the more you believe in your path, the less power these external voices will have over you. It is crucial to remember that others' doubts are often more about their own insecurities or fear of change than about your true potential. Don't let their doubts shape your reality. To blocking out external negativity, you must also overcome the internal doubts that can cripple your confidence. Everyone has moments of self-doubt. It's a natural part of the human experience. But when those doubts become pervasive, they can prevent you from taking the necessary steps to reach your goals. To combat this, you need to create a positive internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on the things you can't do or the obstacles in front of you, focus on what you can do. Remind yourself of past successes, no matter how small, and use those victories as proof that you are capable. By consistently reinforcing your own worth and ability, you gradually rewire your mind to focus on possibility rather than limitation. This internal shift is critical for sustaining long-term self-belief. The final key to nurturing self-belief is taking action. It's one thing to believe in yourself, but unless you back up that belief with consistent action, it will remain nothing more than a thought. Action builds momentum, and momentum is a powerful force. Every step you take toward your goals, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in yourself. When you begin to see progress, even if it's incremental, it strengthens your confidence and makes your belief feel tangible. The act of working toward your goal proves to you that your dreams are possible. And this confirmation fuels your belief even more. Over time, as you take consistent action, your belief becomes unshakable. The more you do, the more you realize that you are capable of achieving what you once thought was impossible. Obstacles are an unavoidable part of life. And no matter how talented, driven, or prepared you are, challenges will come. It's not the presence of obstacles that determines your future, it's how you choose to handle them that shapes your journey. Life doesn't come with a guarantee of smooth roads and easy victories. In fact, it's often the opposite. But while obstacles may slow you down, they should never be allowed to stop you. The key to overcoming obstacles lies in understanding that every challenge you face is a stepping stone towards your greater goal. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to learn, grow, and become stronger. The first step in overcoming obstacles is to shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on the difficulty or the hardship, focus on the opportunity for growth. Every time you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Challenges offer valuable lessons that can propel you forward if you allow them to. For example, a failed project or an unexpected setback might reveal areas where you need to improve, whether it's in your skill set, your strategy, or your mindset. Embrace these lessons rather than viewing them as failures. By changing your perspective, you begin to see obstacles as temporary and surmountable rather than as insurmountable hurdles. This shift in mindset allows you to take action in the face of adversity rather than be paralyzed by it. Another important element of overcoming obstacles is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward no matter how many times you face disappointment. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned, especially when you've put in the hard work and the results are not immediately visible. However, resilience is what allows you to persevere through tough times. It's what keeps you going when others might quit. The most successful people are not those who have avoided obstacles, but those who have found the strength to push through them. They understand that every setback is temporary, and they refuse to give up, even when the odds are stacked against them. Cultivating resilience requires mental toughness and determination, but it's a skill that can be developed over time. Every time you face a setback and keep going, you build your resilience and strengthen your ability to face future challenges. To resilience, flexibility is a crucial trait when dealing with obstacles. Often, the path we set out on is not the path we end up taking. Life has a way of throwing curveballs that can derail even the best laid plans. Rather than rigidly sticking to your original strategy, learn to adapt. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up on your goals, it means adjusting your approach when necessary. For instance, if a particular method of achieving your goal isn't working, instead of being stubborn, consider alternative approaches. Ask yourself, what can I do differently? How can I adjust my approach to still move forward? The ability to pivot when things aren't going according to plan is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It allows you to stay on track, even when the road takes an unexpected turn. Another crucial aspect of overcoming obstacles is having a support system. While personal resilience and flexibility are important, no one succeeds alone. Having a network of people who believe in you, encourage you, and offer guidance can make all the difference when you face difficulties. Whether it's a mentor who has already walked the path you're on, friends who provide emotional support, or colleagues who offer practical help, a strong support system provides the resources and motivation you need to keep going. When you're struggling, it can be easy to isolate yourself, but leaning on others for support doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Sharing your struggles with others can offer new perspectives, creative solutions, and the encouragement you need to keep pushing forward. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Everyone faces challenges, and sometimes it takes a team effort to overcome them. While resilience, flexibility, and support are critical, action is the ultimate force that will help you overcome obstacles. It's easy to become paralyzed by fear when facing adversity, but action is the antidote to that fear. When you take action, even small steps, you break the cycle of stagnation and gain momentum. Action keeps you focused on the solution rather than the problem. Every time you make a move towards your goal, you reinforce your belief that progress is possible, no matter the obstacles in your way. The act of doing something, no matter how small, keeps you connected to your purpose and your vision. Even if your progress feels slow, every action counts. Over time, these small steps add up, and before you know it, the obstacle you once thought was insurmountable becomes just another chapter in your story of success. Remember that obstacles are often the universe's way of preparing you for something greater. They can serve as tests of your character, your resilience, and your ability to remain focused on your goals. When you face obstacles, you may not always see the bigger picture, but with time, you will realize that each challenge you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more capable. They build the skills, confidence, and experience that are essential for future success. Without obstacles, there would be no growth, no learning, and no true accomplishment. The road to success is not a straight line. It's a journey that involves overcoming one obstacle after another. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how many obstacles appear along the way. With the right mindset, the right support, and a determination to take action, you can overcome anything life throws at you. Persistence is one of the most critical traits that determine success. It is the ability to keep going despite facing obstacles, failures, and difficulties. Without persistence, it is easy to become discouraged after encountering setbacks or when progress seems slow. Many people give up too soon, unable to withstand the inevitable challenges that come with pursuing any meaningful goal. However, Those who persist are the ones who eventually reach their destination. Success is not always a matter of talent or intelligence. It often comes down to who is willing to keep going when things get tough. Persistence is a commitment to continuing forward, even when the road is unclear and the results are not immediate. One of the key reasons why persistence is so powerful is that it helps you build momentum. At the beginning of any endeavor, things may seem slow or uncertain. You might face setbacks that make you question whether your goal is achievable. But every effort you make, every task you complete, adds to your momentum. Small steps lead to bigger achievements, and over time, the accumulated effort compounds. The power of persistence lies in its ability to turn seemingly insignificant actions into meaningful progress. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. The more you persist, the bigger the snowball grows. In the same way, the more consistent effort you put in, the greater the impact of your actions becomes. Momentum helps you to stay on track, even when things feel stagnant or frustrating. Persistence also teaches you the value of consistency. It's not always about working harder. Sometimes it's simply about working longer, showing up every day, and staying committed. Success is rarely the result of one grand effort. It is the result of sustained, consistent action over time. How many people give up because they expect instant results? But true success is built over the long term, and it's the persistent effort to improve every day that eventually pays off. Whether it's practicing a skill, learning something new, or pursuing a dream, the consistent application of effort is what leads to mastery and achievement. It's important to understand that even when you don't see immediate results, your persistence is still making progress. The key is not to let the absence of instant gratification deter you from continuing to put in the work. Another important aspect of persistence is that it helps you develop resilience. When you continue to push forward despite obstacles, you not only gain experience, but you also strengthen your ability to recover from setbacks. Each time you face a challenge and keep going, you build mental toughness and emotional endurance. This resilience becomes a tool that will carry you through future difficulties. Instead of being overwhelmed by adversity, you learn to see it as a natural part of the process. Resilience is built through repetition and persistence by encountering hardship, dealing with it, and continuing on. It teaches you that the road to success is never straight and that setbacks are just part of the journey. Every time you get knocked down and get back up, your confidence in your ability to handle challenges grows. One of the reasons people fail to persist is because they fear failure. The fear of not succeeding can be paralyzing, leading many to quit before they have a chance to succeed. However, persistence involves embracing failure as a natural part of the process. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities, it is simply feedback. When you persist, you learn from your mistakes, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Every failure provides valuable lessons that contribute to future success. The key is to view failure not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone. It is through persistence that you develop the courage to fail and keep going. Those who never experience failure often never experience the growth that comes with it. Persistence is about learning to move past your fears and continue despite the setbacks. Persistence is directly tied to the depth of your commitment to your goals. If you are not fully committed to something, it's easy to walk away when the going gets tough. But when you are truly passionate about a goal, when it aligns with your purpose and your values, you are more likely to persist, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. This is why having a strong sense of purpose is so critical. When you are clear about why you are pursuing a goal, you are better able to withstand challenges and keep pushing forward. Your passion fuels your persistence, and that passion keeps you going even when things seem hopeless. It is important to have a deep internal drive that keeps you focused on your goal, regardless of the external difficulties you encounter. To internal commitment, persistence requires a level of patience. In our fast-paced world, we often expect immediate results, but the most meaningful achievements take time. Building a career, mastering a skill, or realizing a big dream doesn't happen overnight. Patience and persistence go hand in hand because without one, the other cannot thrive. When you are patient, you understand that success is a long-term endeavor. You recognize that progress happens incrementally, and that's okay. Instead of rushing through the process or becoming discouraged by slow progress, you embrace the journey and trust that, with persistence, the results will eventually come. This patience allows you to stay focused on the long-term vision, instead of becoming distracted or discouraged by short-term obstacles. Persistence also teaches the value of adaptation. As you persist, you learn that sticking rigidly to one approach isn't always the most effective way forward. Sometimes, persistence means adapting and finding new solutions when things don't work as planned. If your initial approach isn't producing results, persistence doesn't mean blindly continuing the same strategy. It means reassessing the situation, learning from your experiences, and being willing to change course if necessary. Adaptability allows you to stay persistent while being open to new methods or strategies that may be more effective. It's about continuously learning and improving your approach while maintaining the same level of dedication to your ultimate goal. Persistence is about character. It's about the willingness to face challenges head-on, to endure hardship, and to keep going, even when others may have given up. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or fortunate. They are the ones who have learned the art of persistence. They understand that setbacks are temporary and that success is built upon consistent effort, resilience, and a refusal to quit. It is the unwavering commitment to keep moving forward, regardless of the obstacles in your path, that separates those who succeed from those who fall short. The power of decision is one of the most influential forces in shaping our lives. The choices we make, both large and small, ultimately determine the direction of our journey. Each decision we make is like a fork in the road. It either brings us closer to our desired destination or leads us down a path that may not align with our values and aspirations. What makes decision-making so powerful is that it is within our control. No one else can make our decisions for us, and no external circumstance can dictate our ability to choose. Our decisions create our reality, and the key to unlocking our potential lies in making deliberate, intentional choices that reflect our true goals and purpose. At the core of the power of decision is the understanding that every choice we make has consequences, both immediate and long-term. Decisions often feel daunting because they carry weight, because they can lead to success or failure. However, the ability to make decisions is not about knowing the perfect answer. It's about committing to a path and taking action. When you make a decision, you are declaring your intent and setting the wheels of progress in motion. Even if you're not sure of the outcome, the act of deciding enables you to move forward and begin taking steps toward your goals. Indecision, on the other hand, can leave you stuck in a place of uncertainty and inaction, which ultimately causes stagnation. The longer you avoid making decisions, the more you delay progress. Making a decision, even if it's imperfect, allows you to learn, adapt, and pivot if needed, but it keeps you moving forward. Another crucial aspect of the power of decision is the ability to commit. Making a decision is not enough in itself. Commitment to that decision is what ensures that you follow through. Many people make decisions based on emotions or temporary impulses, but true commitment comes from a place of understanding and purpose. When you commit to a decision, you are telling yourself that you are willing to stay the course, no matter what challenges arise. Commitment requires resilience, because there will always be moments when things don't go according to plan, or when you question whether the decision you made was the right one. However, those who are able to stick with their decisions, despite the obstacles, are the ones who ultimately succeed. Commitment is the fuel that powers persistence. It ensures that you don't give up when things get difficult, and it strengthens your resolve to stay true to your chosen path. The power of decision is also rooted in its ability to align you with your values and purpose. When you make decisions that are in line with your core beliefs and goals, they have a profound impact on your confidence and motivation. Your decisions reflect who you are and what you stand for. When you choose actions that are congruent with your purpose, You reinforce that purpose and create a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction along the way. It's essential to know your why before making important decisions. Without a clear understanding of your values and vision, you may find yourself making decisions based on external pressures, temporary desires, or the influence of others. But when you are aligned with your purpose, your decisions become an expression of your authentic self, and you have a deeper sense of conviction in your choices. The power of decision is enhanced when you take ownership of your choices. When you own your decisions, you accept full responsibility for the consequences, whether good or bad. Too often, people try to avoid accountability by blaming others or external circumstances when things go wrong. But those who are empowered by their decisions are not afraid to take responsibility for their actions. Ownership is empowering because it reinforces the understanding that you are in control of your life. When you take full responsibility, you also have the ability to adjust, learn, and grow from your decisions. If something doesn't work out, instead of blaming others, you ask yourself what you could have done differently and use that information to make better decisions in the future. This ownership over your decisions creates a mindset of empowerment because you recognize that you have the ability to shape your future with every choice you make. One of the biggest obstacles to making decisions is fear, the fear of making the wrong choice, the fear of failure, and the fear of regret. But the power of decision is most potent when you recognize that fear is a natural part of the process, not something to avoid. Every successful person has had moments of doubt or fear when making difficult decisions. However, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle fear. Fear should not paralyze you. Instead, it should be acknowledged and then pushed aside in favor of action. The truth is, no decision is perfect, and no path is without risk. But the act of making a decision, of taking a step forward, is what propels you toward growth. Fear of making the wrong decision can prevent you from making any decision at all, and that is far more detrimental than making a decision and adjusting along the way. It's important to realize that there is no such thing as a perfect decision. There are only decisions that move you forward, and in the process, you gain the experience and wisdom to make better choices in the future. Decisions have a ripple effect. The decisions you make not only impact your life, but also affect those around you. When you make a decision with conviction and commitment, it inspires others to do the same. People often look to leaders and role models for guidance, and when they see someone make bold, thoughtful decisions, it motivates them to take control of their own lives. The decisions you make can have a profound impact on your relationships, career, and community. By making intentional, purposeful choices, you set an example of responsibility, determination, and self-confidence, and that influence can create a ripple effect that extends far beyond yourself. Your decisions shape not only your future, but the futures of those you interact with. The ability to make decisions empowers you to create the life you want. Many people feel that they are at the mercy of their circumstances, waiting for things to fall into place, but the truth is that you have the power to shape your circumstances through the decisions you make. Every choice you make, no matter how small, creates a building block for your future. Whether it's deciding to take a chance on a new opportunity, deciding to invest in yourself through education or self-improvement, or simply deciding to stick with a challenging project, your decisions are the threads that weave the fabric of your life. By making intentional, purpose-driven decisions, you take control of your destiny and steer your life in the direction you desire. The power of decision is one of the most liberating and empowering forces you can harness. When you understand that your choices are yours to make and that you are the architect of your own future, you unlock the ability to create a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations.